Hey, I'm Covert. Today we're watching a video on Dababy and Charleston White beef is going to get someone hurt badly. Video by Poetic Flocko. Let's get into this video.
This Charleston White and Dababy drama is getting really serious and is escalating really fast. If something isn't done soon, I can see somebody getting hurt from this. We'll get back to the video shortly, but I wanted to let you guys know
Get your money, Flock. Get your money.
You can to get
your money,
for ignoring
hold
committed
on.
over. Charleston White is really
My bad. I'm
downloading the app and using code FLOCK. You can do so $10 on your first deposit. Charleston White is really upset at Dababy and, in my opinion, a little too committed over this situation. After Dababy went viral for ignoring
Does this nigga have a flamethrower? Nah, how old is this
man? Walking away from a man who was offering Dababy a painting of Dababy's daughter.
No, I saw that edit.
The editing of the clip really helped make people feel sorry for this dude. Zooming in slowly on his face as the sad music is playing and he's looking around kind of feeling embarrassed. Dababy just kind of walked off on him. Made people feel really bad for this guy and made him feel really upset at Dababy for ignoring this dude and having an ego according to people. Now, this dude is an artist who goes around gifting famous people sentimental paintings. This is his thing. This is his content. This is how he gets his views. Okay. Dababy then made a video to offer up an explanation as to why he did what he did. Now, I don't think he needed an explanation, but, you know, nonetheless, he tried to give one. But
that's another lesson, quick little lesson. Don't ever explain what you do to people. Don't ever explain. The second you explain, the more hard it is going to be for people to believe. That's
the explanation left a lot of people, including Charleston White, very unsatisfied and even more angry. Now, I understand what he was saying. He essentially spoke on how he wants to protect his kids, protect his children, and he didn't feel right about a grown man having any pictures of his daughters. I believe the pictures that the grown men have were pictures kind of like from live streams or screenshots.
And another thing too, man, because y'all starting to get on my nerves. Talking about Buddy with this painting of my two of my daughters that he presented to me outside of a nightclub or whatever. First and foremost, I'm not the type of father that did.
Now, on Dababy's aspect, I can understand, like, you know, you want to protect your kids however you can. You know, of course, that's your kid. You know, that's your right to feel that way. But at the same time, we got to call this out, Dababy. I'm not even going to lie. You know, that's okay. Like, that's okay to, you know, feel that way the way you feel. But it's like at the same time, if you got them on live, you've got them posted and stuff like that, especially on a platform as big as yours. You know, Dababy is a relatively huge artist. He's got millions of followers, millions of monthly listeners / viewers. You know, you posting your kids on your Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you post them on or do lives with them on. You're a relatively big artist. You got millions of eyes watching you. You don't think out of those millions of views, you don't think it's one weirdo? You see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Granted, if you want to post your kids, do what you do, you know. But with you being protective as you are as a father, if you want to post your kids, go ahead and make you a burner account. Just make you a whole nother account and just let it be friends and family that follow that account. That's the type of account you just have 12 followers on. You put it on private. You know, if you want to post your kids, then, you know, do it on that account. Don't do it on, you know, an account where you have a huge platform of millions of people watching you.
I'm not into, like, you know, grown-ass men discussing my daughters, painting pictures of my daughters, taking pictures of my kids. I don't play like that. If you play like that, to each his own. You see what I'm saying? Like, more power to you. Send that nigga a picture of your daughters, let that nigga paint them, and then show him some appreciation. Number 2.
And then he got the right to feel that way, y'all. I mean, that is his kids. He got the right to feel that way. But, you know, just remember what I said.
I'm not accepting no painting of my daughters outside of no nightclub. Number 3, you see what I'm saying? You feel a way about, the principles I stand on with my kids and how far I go to protect them. That ain't none of my concern. Be more grateful to it. Let's go.
One person who had a major problem with this is Charleston White. Now, the rumors going around that the dude who was offering up the paint into Dababy was actually one of Charleston White's cousins, which is why Charleston White is taking this so personally. Now, Charleston White's response started off kind of pretty measured, I guess okay in the grand scheme of things. But as each video goes by, Charleston White gets progressively worse until he gets to a point where nobody can defend what Charleston White is saying, and he officially did a little too much, that I believe is going to require some type of retaliation. Because you don't talk.
If y'all know about Charleston White forever be saying some out of pocket, out of body ish. He forever be saying some
talk about
stuff
people, kids like this,
and it be over little stuff too. Not all the time, not always over little stuff. Sometimes some petty stuff, sometimes kind of justified, but.
Shout out to B White Creations. And I just want to say, I never really liked Dababy. I just never really liked Dababy. I ain't really into his music. I remember he was coming through Fort Worth. And the reason I ain't never liked Dababy, because I first seen him in Austin, Texas, walking around naked with a pamper on as a grown man. So I don't like a grown man with the name Dababy, no way. But the guy who drew the picture for him is my second cousin. His name is B White.
Okay, that's why
he runs an art studio called B White Creations. Very reputable guy. Every celebrity, and I mean every celebrity who have come through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, B White Creations have drawn a picture for. He's very popular. He's drawn pictures for everybody. He don't ask for no money. He does this, and he's very creative. He does this on wood. So he does this on wood. Okay. So he's drawn this for me.
I understand, but like B1 Creations is not entitled to Dababy's time. Dababy is not entitled to give him any attention.
Exactly. That's what I'm finna say. That's what I was finna say. Like, how y'all gonna get mad at this man because he won't accept a random painting from a random stranger off the street? You can't. He's not entitled. Like what Poetic Flacco said, he's not entitled to anything for Dababy or Dababy's time. Like, how you gonna get mad at this man? First of all, Dababy doesn't have to take anything from anyone, let alone give a random person off the street some attention. You see what I'm saying? He don't have to like the painting. He don't have to rock with the painting either. But at the same time, I see the artist side too. Because it's like, if he does like truly paint things for like all these celebrities and he's been doing it for a long time, then this will be an everyday thing for him. This is a little bit normal. But of course, like, some people or like Dababy will see it as like, pushing boundaries. Like, hey, this is my kids. Why you a grown man? Why you a grown man painting my kids? And people just felt a way that Dababy walked right past them. How you gonna feel a way about that? Who cares? Like, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, I see, because, like, as a fellow artist myself, these things do take a long time, a lot of thought process, time, patience. But at the same time, that don't mean nothing. You gotta kind of be prepared for that. If you're doing stuff like that, especially for celebrities, you gotta be prepared for them to just like walk past you like you a ghost. Like, that's just what come with it, what you doing.
He's nice if you would have given him attention, yeah, but he's not entitled to. And if he says he feel icky about his daughters being drawn, then you kind of have to understand. Like, he's a father. Like, I'm not going to tell a father what steps you got to take to protect your kids or how far you got to go to protect your kids. If you don't want pictures of your kids, all right, cool. Now, I would say you putting your kids online, you making pictures available for your kids to be online, that kind of defeats the purpose. It kind of goes against what you're saying. If you don't want people to have pictures of your kids, then why are you posting pictures of your kids online?
Exactly what I said.
That's what I would say, right? But Dababy didn't do himself any favors with this next move. And this next move is what sparked the absolute tirade from Charleston White that we watched. The artist apparently still had the picture of Dababy's daughter on his page, and Dababy wrote, You still got my daughters on your page as a grown man after I made it clear I ain't comfortable with that. Steady playing for this online attention. So when God put me back in front of you, I'm going to show you how serious I am about my daughters. Best advice I can give you, get my children off your page and keep doing what you're gifted at doing. Using my kids ain't the route to go. If you want to go viral, that's the route to go if you want to get hurt. This a father talking, not a rapper.
Okay. I mean, if he do got him posted on his page, like online, I think, like got him posted on his page, like, okay. He got the right to say, like, take my kids off your page. I don't like that. But at the same time, Dababy, you posted them. But, like, this wanna be going viral stuff, Dababy probably didn't know prior to this that he been doing this for celebrities and he's not doing this to go viral. So, you know, maybe he didn't. I assume Dababy didn't know anything about Be White, cause I didn't either until this beef popped up. But yeah, you know, he's got the right to say that.
Again, Dababy got a lot of backlash for that. Maybe I'm old school, man. If a father say, "Hey, bro, take my kids off your page," all right, son, you got it, man.
Take them kids off them page.
Maybe I'm just old school, and I don't think now you can say, "Yo, Dababy, like you're being like too ridiculous, right? You know, you're doing too much." Cool, that can be a point.
He can
but
do
I'm
too
not
much.
faulting this man for
kid.
taking a route he feel like is the best to protect his kids. Now, Charleston White seen Dababy threatening his cousin, and Charleston White went crazy. Charleston White said some things about Dababy and his kids that he can't take back.
Yo, kids.
Whoa! See what I mean? Charleston be saying, hold on.
Like precisely. Dababy. Your babies. And I don't care about no kid at Walmart. Yeah, he was mentally ill. I think I got me a apple. I'm finna trick off the streets. Now, Dababy, you want us to think you would have done something to paint a picture for your kids. Your kids.
We're so desensitized.
See. Why y'all even cancel Dababy in the first place? You need to cancel this man Charleston White. He just said F somebody's kids. The kids, Charleston, the kids ain't did nothing to you, gang. Like, see what I mean? See what I'm saying? He be going too far. Like, you're supposed to leave the kids out of it. You know?
To this, and a lot of us watch that video.
And you can't be mad if Dababy. Imagine if you can't be mad if he run into Dababy or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? You know, Dababy is actually like that. Like, Dababy like knocked out a couple of people for running up on him wrong, let alone talking crazy about his kids. But Charleston probably got something crazy, like some type of pepper spray or something.
And we say,
that's his little stigma.
That's just Charleston, right? But Dababy is the one rapper who is loony enough to actually give Charleston White what he wants.
Literally,
Dababy is one of the only rappers who we know is stupid enough to actually allow Charleston White to trick him off the streets.
Now, I don't commend violence. But this, I commend this. I commend this from Dababy. I commend this. If you put your hands on Charleston White, I commend this, cause Charleston be saying some mouthy stuff, like he be saying some like that type of stuff. Okay, if you something happen to you, you deserve it. I'm not gonna lie.
Dababy would take it there.
Charleston just one of them people he gotta learn. Well, even if Dababy do put his hands on him, that still ain't gonna stop Charleston. Charleston just gonna go crazier. But he really need that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, saying "F anybody kiss" to me is one of those lines that Charleston White crossed time after time after time, and it's like, bro, why? What?
You already know because of such thing as freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but you ain't free from them consequences, though.
Why would you do it? Like, why? If Dababy is as dead ass serious as he is about that man even having a picture or a painting of his daughters, what do you think he's about to do if he runs into Charleston White and Charleston White is saying F his daughter? You think Dababy is about to play with Charleston? Yo, this is going to end very badly. Right now, Charleston White brings weapons with him. You know,
I'm not gonna lie, I think it's something wrong with Charleston. Hold on. Yo, I'm finna see how old is Charleston White. How old is Charleston Dang, he was born in 1977? See, Google, I asked you a straightforward question. I need a straightforward answer. He was born in 1977. So how old is he now? Let me see. Let's see. 48? Come on, Charleston. You pushing 50. Charleston, you finna be eligible for retirement in 12 more years. You can't be talking.
He, brings the mace. But as we seen, bro, Lil Baby is a documented crash out. Sorry, Dababy. Dababy is a documented crash out, bro. The mace ain't gonna stop it. Charleston White is gonna be forced to use lethal force to stop Dababy from getting on him, man.
You know, that's what he do best.
And all this over what? You don't like the fact that he told your cousin that he don't like your cousin painting pictures of his kid? That's his right. Now, we could say it's silly, but that's his right.
Yo, girls, now let me send you to jail. Because I can tote a pistol. Yo, baby, to paint a picture of them babies. He ain't trying to go viral. This what he do. You just a... Yeah. Yo, baby. Yeah. Now come do something to me.
See,
I keep something ready for anyone.
Charleston, come on.
A gun, a knife, a mace, or the police. You know I can say, baby, and you can't do nothing to me illegally. Oh, man.
Illegally.
Baby, I bet that do to me. I keep knives, I keep mace, I keep guns, and I keep 911 on speed dial. I bet you don't want to go to jail. They say you a killer. I like to pick on killers. Oh, baby. You ready to go to jail for babies? Baby, not really kids. I mean kids. No, for real. Your baby. Give a about no kid. You think I give a about?
Y'all, please don't be like this man. This is prime example of lame behavior.
My neighbor's kids, when I see them run out in the car by the car, I don't say nothing. I don't say, hey, y'all get out the street. I walk to my car and say, kid. You my neighbor's kid. He think them gay people got him. Get here, boy. I don't get that money out.
See, this man is
I don't get that money out.
out of pocket.
I don't get that money out.
Why this man bunny hopping all around his apartment, bro? Chill.
And you going to jail. Bottom line.
You know you're not finna fight this man today.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking
Sorry
about
for
it.
the commercials,
Meet
yo.
Base 44.
Sorry. Skirt. Off my
Laying
computer.
dead to put one you in jail. If you swing on me, you're going to jail. Let's see if you tough like Pooh Shiesty. I think you got that pussy. I don't think you got 2 years in you. I don't think you got 2 years in you for a premeditated. I don't think you got it. Somebody gonna off you. I don't give a about getting off.
I know what a lot of y'all are saying, Flacco, you can't talk.
Hey, he's probably
All right,
telling
these
the
gang
truth.
members, when they
Probably
catch you, they
truth.
gonna get you too. You better be ready to die about it, Flacco. Listen, man. All right, there's certain things you gotta be comfortable falling on the sword on. I'm comfortable falling on my sword for exposing gang members for committing crimes and murders.
Yeah.
Right? I am comfortable falling on the sword for that. Now, if Charleston White says, hey, yo, I'm falling on the sword for exposing gang members, for destroying our communities, for being our biggest obstacles in our black community, then understood. If they want to get you for that, understood, that's a noble cause to fall on a sword on. But if you telling me you are falling on your sword and you are comfortable going out because you said F somebody's daughter, you said F somebody's kids?
Yeah, you don't want to die for that. You wrong.
That's
not it.
That right there is what you want to fall on? No, come on, bro. Nah, you can't do that, bro.
I'm saying no, Flacco.
That's not even
tell him.
anything noble to die for. That's not even anything to be a martyr for. You just because you'll be wrong. You'll be in the wrong for that.
No reason at all.
That ain't something you want to fall on the sword for, man. Because, at some point, the baby is not going to be like the other rappers, Charleston White. Where Charleston White sees these other rappers after talking trash online and they laugh about it and they shake hands and they squash it. The baby is not finna squash it. He's not finna shake your hands. Now, I can understand if the baby was responding back and feeding into Charleston White. then I can say maybe this is like a clout move, right? Where Charleston White is saying all these bad things about Dababy, and Dababy is responding back and is feeding into Charleston White and giving Charleston White a moment. But if Dababy ain't responding back to Charleston White, and Dababy is being quiet about it, and he's just watching, and he's observing, that's how you know you in trouble. That's how you know you done effed up. That man ain't even.
It's all funny games. I keep trying to tell y'all, Dababy is really like that. Dababy is really crazy. Like,
taking it online. That man
not
ain't
crazy,
even utter your
but
name
crazy.
yet. He's just watching. Because when he catches you, especially because you be in Miami now on live stream, when he catches you, it's going to be bad. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do y'all think, man? All right. Y'all think Charleston White is justified?
To be honest, heck no. Charleston, in my opinion, I'm just lay it out like this. Charleston had no right jumping into beef. It wasn't even no beef in the first place. The internet was just in a frenzy because the internet felt the way about this dude. And the fact that Dababy didn't take his painting, but Dababy doesn't have to take anything from anybody, doesn't give anybody, he only got to give nobody no attention. You see what I'm saying? Charleston just kind of jumped in it and made it and drug it to something that it didn't need to be drugged to. But, hey, if you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate you. I really, really, really appreciate it. Subscribe, stay tuned. And we are out.